26.
Okay, Justin, take a seat. So 25 was freaking wild. Here, put your chain on.
Okay.
Maybe two.
Two
Two chains. Since 2020 was so freaking weird, I had to prepare some of my questions. We watched your Justin at 24 video a couple days ago.
Yeah.
And you mentioned some big goals you had. So one of them was moving to Seattle, right?
Check.
So now, as a Seattleite, describe how moving to the city met and probably didn't meet your expectations, or at least were different from your expectations.
Well, before Corona, I imagine, you go in the city, you'd be able to do a lot of things, go to a brewery, kind of just go out in town, do whatever, go to Flat Stick Pub, take you there, go mini golfing, of course. But I moved to Seattle during the middle of the pandemic and really couldn't do a lot. I moved in with two of my friends, which helped. And I think the best part so far, obviously living with friends, but then also being near Green Lake, which I've gotten to, run around, walk to. I mean, there's some restaurants around.
We did a standing paddleboarding?
I got a paddleboard. So
Yeah.
especially, when it gets hot after work, I can just go down there, drive it down and pump it up. And it's me really relaxing. I thought I would see a lot of my friends more, my other friends out besides my roommates, but due to COVID, it isn't possible really. So that's one thing I hope this year, as we get the vaccine and stuff, that I'll get to see and reconnect with people that I haven't seen for a long time.
We all know that you are very motivated when it comes to your work and very passionate about what you do. How has work life changed for you? So
got a job at Blue Origin, working for a space company. I always thought that'd be a dream come true. Being on the fabrication side now, it's cool. I get to visit, the facility down in Florida, which I've done a couple times now, and get to interact with the build process as it happens. So it's been a learning experience, but I've contributed a lot to the team. Obviously, making good money, which I'm very thankful for, especially during the pandemic. I love working for my team. I have a great team around me, a great boss, which is always helpful, and I've gotten to work from home exclusively. So my sleep.
Yeah, how is working virtually? Is it weird?
Yeah, I mean, by this point, it's the new normal.
Yeah.
It's been almost a year since I've been working from home.
That probably shook up your daily routine.
Shook up my daily routine. Didn't work out in the morning anymore, which I miss. Go to bed late, wake up, relatively late. Start working by 7:30 or 8.
Do you like working virtually or working at on site more?
I'd say it's super nice not having that commute. I do like the atmosphere when you're working on site because it makes you feel productive and stuff. Sometimes when you're working from home, you can lack productivity.
Yeah, for sure. There were a lot of batshit crazy things that happened last year. There were Australian wildfires. There was a whole, there was the Black Lives Matter movement going on. Trump just wilding out and then losing. What do you think the craziest moment was for you?
Well, I think what stands out, kind of like you mentioned, is Trump leaving office.
Yeah.
And voting him out, the anxiety after the election, because there's a lot of vote by mail, so we didn't hear the results right away. That time period, I will never forget. Everyone was talking about it. That's all I could talk about with my roommates. You were watching CNN, so many TikToks and viral videos after he lost, people celebrating.
Breaching the Capitol thing was kind of wild too.
Yeah, that was wild.
What did you let go of in 2020, and what did you gain?
So expectation, I mean, my favorite thing in the world is, besides Cleo obviously, is just exploring and traveling. And I did have to, give up most of that. I was supposed to go to Paris last year, like we talked about in the last year's video. Supposed to go to Eastern Europe. Who knows when that will ever happen. So definitely gave up on two things that, would have been very, very memorable, and I probably would have remembered for the rest of my life.
Yeah, because we were clinging on to the hope of going to Paris to the last minute until there was a travel ban.
There's a travel ban, yeah. But I just know that, next time we get to travel like that, it'll just make it that much sweeter.
Other than travel, what are you most looking forward to this year?
I think I'm most looking forward to hopefully getting closer to normal by getting a vaccine. Back in the day, back in the normal
Yeah.
times, you would go out, in Seattle to see people potentially that you haven't seen since college.
Yeah.
Because that whole social interaction's gone, there are so many people that you normally see maybe on a weekly or bi-weekly basis I haven't seen in like a year. Like seeing them for the first time again, I'm just imagining like how exciting that would be, like to see your friends that haven't seen in maybe like a year. But the thing is, like, I don't really mind wearing a mask going forward. Like mask is normal now, so even if we interact socially, I mean, probably still be wearing a mask for a while, but I think just being able to see and communicate with people that I haven't for so long, that's gonna be so sweet.
Yes. Speaking of sweet, what was your favorite moment if you had to pick just one?
Well, I think like two of the top moments, along with Trump getting kicked out, a new job,
Yeah.
and being able to move to Seattle. Cleo was there when I found out I got the offer,
Yeah.
and I remember exactly how I felt there. Like I was always so confident over the phone with the recruiter, and then when the recruiter like called me, because I knew this was the moment, either yes or no, I was shaking.
Yeah.
For sure, just because the implications there.
It was a challenging interview experience.
Yep, I had to write a paper on my, like, why I love space, basically, my thoughts on space travel and exploration. I had to give an hour-long presentation about
including
myself.
a PowerPoint
presentation.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So last year, people picked up some pretty weird hobbies, like baking banana bread, and for myself, making pop-up books. Yeah. Are there any new skills that you picked up at 25?
My biggest hobby right now is chess.
Yes.
I fucking love chess. I'm aiming to get better at it, and I'm learning like new things. There's so many things. Like before I got a membership on chess.com, and before that I felt like chess, like I didn't really know like how much strategy there was behind it. You just like kind of play and let the cards fall like where they.
So you kind of what? You
just kind of let everything like happen.
Yeah.
But there's actually like strategy. There's openings and stuff, like writing Queen's Gambit.
Yeah.
It was great. Been playing Cleo's dad.
Yeah.
A bit, which is fun.
So I want to bring something up because you bring up chess, which is so cool. But we picked up on another hobby. You and me. We listened to 3 specific songs.
It's a very recent hobby. Starting with driver's license. Going to, I already forgot the name of
Oh, you didn't.
No, I don't know the name of it.
It's only a
matter of time. Bangers, we just started last week.
Yes.
And, going to Skin, which is, I don't really like that much, but.
How did you have fun?
This summer, I went on hikes. I probably went on more hikes than I have in like every other year. Mm-hmm. I even took a PTO day to go on a hike, which is awesome. And I and Tristan, we went to Snow Lake and swam. That was super memorable as well. And I cleared out a blast there too. I hiked like Lake 22, did Mount Si, did Mailbox. We'll get to hike more.
How do you think you'll have fun this year?
So, similar deal, like go paddleboarding, spend time outside.
Yeah.
And then if we get vaccinated in the near future, obviously that opens up a whole new world of possibilities. Whenever I'm down in Florida, I'll hit the beach and I'll Snapchat Cleo so she's jealous. And eat steaks every day there.
Surf and turf?
Surf and turf.
The last thing I want to ask you is, what is the biggest lesson you learned? And what would you tell future Justin and past Justin?
I guess you don't need a lot to be happy. Mm-hmm. Corona, a lot was taken from us, but I always had Cleo by my side. And it was still a great overall year given the scenario. So although there is so much we can't do, just having your significant other by your side, it means everything.
That's so freaking cute. You deserve a cake.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, babe. Happy birthday. See you next year.